intermediaries for investment contracts, whether they're exchanges, brokers, dealers, clearinghouses, they need to comply with the securities laws and register with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Instead, many crypto platforms are just pretending that these investment contracts that they offer are more like goldfish. And the lack of compliance by these crypto platforms means that you don't have basic investor protections.
That was SEC Chair Gary Gensler in a new video. We have some dueling videos out yesterday. One from Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong responding to the SEC's Wells notice against the crypto exchange. And this one from Gary Gensler saying, "You better watch out, folks. I'm here to protect you." We had a few boo birds in the audience with the Gary Gensler video, which is always fun for the live show. All right, so this is ramping up into like a major fight. We had Paul Graywall, Chief Legal Officer of Coinbase, here yesterday talking about their approach to this impending fight with the SEC. And it seems as though Gary Gensler is not backing down when it comes to his pursuits of some of these crypto exchanges. Jan, I'm gonna toss it to you for your thoughts.
What is the point of these videos? Like, I'm so sick and tired of seeing Gary Gensler's videos on Twitter. It's just like, every time we talk about it, I say, Gary wants to be an influencer. Like, what is this? It looks like a YouTube, no offense, Wendy, but this just looks like a YouTube influencer. I just wish that Gary would get into his office and start writing clear regulation and not issuing these videos, because they're not doing anything for anyone. I don't think that retail consumers are watching this and going, oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. I understand why I can't access an exchange and do something that I want to do with my money. And I don't think Coinbase is watching this being like, oh, this is why we got the Wells notice. There's absolutely no point, and it makes me mad. Will?
I think I disagree. I think that we live in a time where you have to be online in order to put your message across. He obviously believes in his message. I mean, he's willing to go to Capitol Hill and get grilled in front of everybody, even though whatever he was saying was quite unclear to the audience. Yeah, communicate to people out what you think, and this is the easiest way to do it. I do love the back and forth, and I hope there's more videos, honestly.
No,
I hope we have way more videos.
Clear regulation.
I hope we have 2-3 videos from him a week. Coinbase comes back at him. We just keep going back and forth.
Okay, so this is the thing though. Like, Gary, if you're watching this, I would love to consult with you on how to become an influencer, especially a cringe-fluencer like myself. But this is the thing. Like, if you look at these videos on Twitter and you look at the mentions, it is atrocious. Like, people are so mad, they are so upset, they're absolutely slamming him. There are 0 words of encouragement. Nobody is agreeing with him. And also too, I don't know if you guys saw this, but crypto Twitter, one thing they do is keep receipts. They went back to his MIT teachings, they have pulled media from that and are continue to post these just to prove that he might not necessarily be qualified for the job. So if he wants to be an influencer, good for him, but again, get back to work. The public servants are funded by our taxpayer dollars, and I feel like he's not doing anything really to protect the industry. If anything, he's done a lot to actually damage the industry and hurt retail.
One thing that's interesting about this is the comparison what's going on with Ripple Labs and their fight with the SEC. So back in December of 2020, I believe it was December 2020, Zach fact-checked me live. I got the nod. Okay, probably correct. Around that timeline, Ripple was sued by the SEC for its issuance of the XRP token. Ripple Labs has still been in that fight with the SEC for all this time. We're still waiting on a decision there. But there's a lot of similarities between the SEC possible case against Coinbase, just a Wells notice at this point, so we don't know if there's an actual case, just a Wells notice, and the actual regulation that's coming against Ripple Labs. And there was some fight there, right? Like, at the same time, Ripple Labs put out a thought piece in Fortune talking about how this was unfair. There was a lot of verbal fights online. And I think this is just new battleground for regulators, right? 20, 40 years ago, you didn't have this. You didn't have an open platform called Twitter to be able to dunk on your regulator of choice. Now you can do that, and we're going to see more of it. And we're going to see some fisticuffs. People are going to come back with their videos. They're not going to be well produced, but they're going to be there.
I'm here for it. I mean, I think the dueling videos is a nice feature of the messaging warfare,
good content,
right?
It helps us out on our show.
These are two people with strongly held views. The SEC under Gary Gensler has long stated that it sees most of the assets in the crypto world as digital securities. And the way that they're trying to choke off some of that seems to be going to the exchanges, which wouldn't have proper licensure to list these securities because there really isn't that framework there just yet. So you have this strongly held position, you have Brian Armstrong and Coinbase also with a strongly held position. They're duking it out in the Twitter vids. I mean,
But this is the thing. He's talking about intermediaries, crypto companies, exchanges coming in to like register with him. But the folks over at Coinbase said, we will meet with you 24/7, 365. Just tell us when, tell us what we need to do. And again, they approved Coinbase to go public. They have a stonk.
I mean, that was the funny part of the Paul Graywall video. It was like, name the place, anywhere, any place.
It's a
we'll
showdown.
duke it out. We'll
It is a
fight.
crypto
No
showdown.
knives, no guns, fists only. It was like legit, like, let's do this. And so, hey, I'm glad. I think the timing, they both came out around the same time. We were trying to figure out which one went live first. So it's not like they're in direct conversation with each other, but certainly both sides see getting these videos out and telling their side of the story as really important to establishing public opinion on their side. And I mean, it's fascinating to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah, we had A16Z head of policy, Brian Quintez, on First Mover this morning, and he said, you know, what Coinbase is saying is absolutely right. It is so hard to actually speak to the SEC. Everything that the SEC is saying, come in, talk to us, register with us, is not actually what the experience is like for a lot of the companies that are trying to come in and register and have civil discourse with the SEC. But at least we get these fun videos that we get to talk about every day at noon.
When am I going to get a TikTok of him, though? I really need
Get
them
him on
my
TikTok.
front page.
Maybe he needs a consultant, and we can just get Wendy in there.
Employment for me when they ban crypto completely in the U.S., because that's where we're heading towards.
All right, we're going to leave that one there.